This episode is brought to you by Dashlane. Never forget another password and keep all your credentials secure by signing up for a free account today. We may not remember our dreams, but everyone is thought to dream between 3 and 6 times per night, with each dream lasting between 5 and 20 minutes. These stories and images that our minds create as we sleep can be entertaining, romantic, disturbing, frightening, and sometimes downright bizarre. There has been a lot of research looking into dreaming, so we can understand what's going on in the depths of our subconscious while the lights are out. What are the factors that influence our dreams, and do we have anything to do with them? These are some of the topics we'll be exploring today in this episode of the Infographics Show, How Can You Control Your Dreams? Around 95% of dreams are forgotten by the time you get out of bed. Yet dreaming can help you learn and develop long-term memories, and blind people dream more than people with sight do. So how much control do we have over the dreaming process? Before we answer this question, let's first take a look at why dreams happen in the first place. No one knows for sure why we dream, but there are several theories which include dreams representing unconscious desires and wishes, dreams interpreting random signals from the brain and body during sleep, and dreams consolidating and processing information gathered during the day. Whatever the reasons, dreaming is a vital part of maintaining a healthy mind. And in one study, when researchers woke subjects just as they were drifting into a dream state, they found negative effects of not dreaming that included increased tension, anxiety, depression, difficulty concentrating, lack of coordination, weight gain, and even hallucinations. So whether good, bad, or crazy dreams, they are all important. We often wake up from a dream, remember it instantly, and then it's gone. But when do dreams actually happen? Was it really happening in our mind just before we woke up? There are actually 5 sleep cycle phases. Stage 1 is known as light sleep, where your eye movement slows down and muscle activity is reduced. At stage 2, the eye movement stops altogether and brain waves become slower with occasional bursts of rapid waves called sleep spindles. This stage forms as much as half of your total sleep. At stage 3, the brain waves are extremely slow and what are known as delta waves start to appear. At stage 4, the brain produces pretty much only delta waves. This stage is what we know as deep sleep. There is no eye movement or muscle activity. If you wake someone who is at this stage, they may feel disoriented until their consciousness is back online. And stage 5 is known as rapid eye movement or REM. Breathing is faster, irregular, and shallow, and the eyes jerk rapidly in various directions. Heart rate increases and blood pressure rises. This stage accounts for about 20% of all sleep time, and when people start to wake during REM, they often remember their dreams. So can you control this REM state, and more importantly, the bizarre mind activity that comes with it? The simple answer is yes, and it's known as lucid dreaming. It's the ability to know you're dreaming while you're dreaming. A lucid dreamer is able to get to sleep at night and wake up within a dream. Once lucid, they can even explore and even change elements of the dream. Most of us have had this happen a little, but usually by accident and only for a few seconds. But when a person purposefully enters a state of lucid dreaming, they have more control. And recent research at the University of Adelaide in Australia has found that a specific combination of techniques can increase a person's chances of having lucid dreams. A study conducted by psychology professor Dr. Denholm Aspey involved 3 groups of participants and investigated the effectiveness of 3 different lucid dream induction techniques. Number 1, reality testing. This involves checking your environment a number of times each day to see whether or not you're dreaming. Number 2, wake back to bed. For this, you are woken after 5 hours and remain awake for a short period before going back to sleep so you can enter a REM stage where dreams are more likely to occur. Number 3, and mild, which stands for mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. This also involves being woken after 5 hours of sleep, but developing the intention to remember that you are dreaming before returning to sleep by repeating the phrase, "The next time I'm dreaming, I will remember that I'm dreaming." There were 47 people involved in the study, and they achieved a 17% success rate with controlled lucid dreams. Among those who were able to go to sleep within the first 5 minutes of completing the mild technique, the success rate of lucid dreaming was much higher at almost 46% of attempts. The results could have been more impressive, explained Aspey, saying, "Reality testing is practiced throughout the day, and even though you're forming that intention, when you go to sleep, there's still a gap between when you last do a reality test." Okay, so that's a controlled environment. But surely there are some simpler ways to have an influence over our dreams. The Huffington Post had some suggestions in an article on lucid dreaming. These included keeping a dream journal so you can start to identify the patterns of your dreams. For example, you might have a frequent dream about your pet, the ocean, schools, or even snakes. Once you identify those personal dream signs, they will become landmarks when you enter a dream state, which will give you more of an opportunity to become lucid and in control. Also, try asking yourself the question, "Am I dreaming?" throughout your day. By repeating the mantra, you will begin to ask the same question while in a dream, and again, you'll be more likely to take control while dreaming. If we could control our dreams, we would make them remind us of all of our online passwords every day. With websites asking for different and complex passwords all the time, it can be a real pain to remember all of them. And nobody has time to deal with the pain of having to constantly reset your password. That's why we love Dashlane. Try Dashlane completely free for 30 days and discover how much easier your password life can be. To make the lives of the staff at the Infographics show easier, we've all decided to use Dashlane. Dashlane is a password manager that makes it easy for you to control your digital identity. Whether you're great with computers or not, Dashlane is extremely easy to use. Anytime you have to come up with a new password, you can use Dashlane to generate a super secure one. The security of Dashlane is awesome, but the autofill is what makes it so much fun to use. You'll never have to log into another website again because Dashlane does it for you automatically. Dashlane is available for PCs, Macs, iOS, and Android devices, and if you use Dashlane Premium, you can sync your passwords and secure login details across all your devices. Become more secure and support the Infographics show at the same time by using the code Infographics, and get 10% off Dashlane Premium from the get-go by going to dashlane.com/infographicshow or by clicking the link in the description. So, are you already able to control your dreams? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video called How to Fall Asleep in 60 Seconds. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time!